Married at First Sight, season 15, episode 3. And we in San Diego, y'all. And this video is for Justin and Alexis. And I'm calling this after that song. What's that song called? Big D Energy, BDE. And when I say Big D, I'm not talking about Justin because I know he talked about it all episode long, but I'm actually talking about Alexis because it seemed like we got some kind of male-female energy role reversal with this couple. It's kind of getting wild. Houston, I think we might have a problem. I know the last time I said yes on this couple. I'm going to stick with that this week, y'all. I know some of y'all have jumped ship on these two. I'm going to stick with it for now, but I'm going to tell you in this video why I'm going to still stick with it and give it a chance. Even though right now I'm seeing some things I don't really like. First of all, I thank you, Married at First Sight, for coming out here on the West Coast of San Diego. But are they trying to punk us here on the West Coast? Y'all know I'm from Cali. Is Married at First Sight trying to punk us? Because it seems like we got a lot of male energy women and a lot of sensitive female energy men this season. We got Alexis and Justin, and we got Alexis talking about she only cried twice a year. And then we got Justin, who seemed like he cried every time he on the camera, every single scene. What is going on? I mean, first of all, to cry only twice a year, that's like having a constipation. That ain't enough. You need to be crying more than twice a year. And then we got Justin crying every scene. That's like having diarrhea. And both of them might need to see somebody about that because both ways, you know what, something ain't quite right. Crying only twice a year, you backed up. You backed up if you only crying twice a year. And if you got waterworks and you crying every scene, there's something else going on internally with you as well. And both of y'all need some healing, as I should say, some healing. But I'm sure we're going to figure out what that healing is because there's a whole lot of bells and whistles going off in this episode on these two. Now, you guys know I do videos on each separate couple. So at the end of this video, you can look at the link above my head. Oop, I think it's going to be over here. But you can look at it and click on it and go on to the next couple because I do videos on each separate couple. So if any of you are new to my channel this season, welcome to the family, welcome to the group. Go ahead and subscribe because I'm trying to get my subscribers up. I'm trying to build my family audience and my little watch party up. Eventually, I do want to go live. I know some of you guys have been talking about that. I do want to do a live, but I kind of want to wait until I get more subscribers and more people so it can be a fun party. Don't nobody want to have no watch party with nobody at the party. You know them kind of parties ain't fun. Also, please be sure to watch my after party video. Can you believe after party started already? And Justin is in the after party. We got Keisha Knight pulling back. Justin's in the after party. So be sure to watch that video as well. And you know, I always get little clues from the after party. So if you're one of the people that don't like clues, I'm not doing no spoilers. It's on TV. So don't be getting mad at me if I talk about the after party and it's something you didn't want to know. That's not me spoiling it. Call Lifetime for that. That ain't my problem. I didn't do it. But let's get in depth about this Justin and Alexis because you know me. My videos, I like to break stuff down. I'm just not here to just chat. I like to break stuff down and try to figure out, can these couples really make it? Now, I know the experts put Alexis, it said Alexis, you know, she's high strung. They wanted somebody to balance out her energy. She said that she wanted someone more low key. She said she ready to cater to her man, cater to your man. Ain't that a song too? She wanted to cater to her man. Now, we do know Alexis is a logistics specialist from New Jersey. That kind of explains some of this edge Alexis got because she definitely got an edge. She got this straight talk going on. And to be honest with you, she's starting to remind me a little bit of Jasmina of last year. And that ain't a good thing. But she got one redeeming quality that Jasmina didn't have last year. She seems to have a little bit more self-awareness. And let me tell you, I can work with people who they may not be doing it right, but they know in their mind, you know what I'm doing ain't right, but they're still looking for the solution. Because that's when the experts should come in. They should be able to come in and help Alexis because let me tell you, Alexis got some red flags going on right now with that mouth of hers. Now, one of the things about Alexis is she does say that, you know, she's done some self-reflection. She keeps talking about these three proposals. Then we find out one was in high school. One was like when she was, girl, that don't count. That don't count because you were not fully formed. Let me tell you. So I don't know why she keeps mentioning that. Maybe she wants to mention that. So she's this great catch. That's what I'm telling you. Sometimes women hype themselves up too much. I'm not here to put no women down, But one of the things I find out about a lot of women, and men do it too, but it used to be that men always did it. But now you see a lot of women doing it. They hype themselves up so much. They go out in the world and they start asking for this high price. They want this wonderful man because they done thought they of it. First of all, Alexis, you're a good-looking woman. You seem like you're a nice person, I guess, but you got some red flags about you. So I sure hope she's not coming into this marriage thinking she's hot shit like the new Cardi B song. I hope she doesn't think that, because she's got some things about her that are undesirable as well. She said she was out here in the world just asking for perfection, and she was running away from him because she wanted perfection, because she wanted a 6'4" man. She wanted a linebacker type. She wants something funny. She wants all these things. You were asking for too much. Absolutely, you were asking for too much. And I'm not for sure why she was asking for all that. The only reason women ask for a whole bunch of stuff like that is because they think they're up there. Somebody might need to bring Alexis a little bit down off her pedestal, because I'm telling you right now, I think her price she was asking out here was too high. I really, really do. Now that I'm getting to know her a little bit more, she's too high, because let me tell you, her personality and this bluntness, that's not attractive. It's not attractive. I do like the part that she gets along with men. I think men do like that person, that type of woman who's kind of like a guy's girl, but they can be feminine, which she seems she does have that part, because she says she's into fashion, she dresses feminine, she dresses sexy, but they also like a woman who can get out there and kind of do some stuff with men. You know, they're not too scary. You get some of these men like Jasmine and last year. I ain't gonna stay on Jasmine all season, but anyway, who can't do anything. They can't do any sports. They don't like sports. They don't want to they want to break the nail. They don't want to smear their makeup. Men don't like them kind of women either. They like a woman that's in the middle, can do a little bit of both. And I do like that part about Alexis. But I'm wondering, is it too much? She started talking about she want a linebacker man. Is Alexis, you might be the linebacker. From what I've been seeing so far, she might need to tone it down a bit. You know, when they were at this bachelor party, it already goes into Alexis don't like Lindy. You could tell already. She didn't like Lindy. And I learned a lot about who people don't like. So she doesn't like Lindy because Lindy talks too much. And she said she felt that Lindy doesn't care what other people think. So what that told me is that Alexis likes to talk too. She likes to be heard. Because typically, if you're with a person who likes to talk a lot, you only clash with them if you like to talk a lot. If you're a quiet, introverted person and you like to sit in the corner, you could care less what a person is doing, because you know what? You're glad they're talking because you don't want to talk. So this tells me that Alexis likes the stage, and she doesn't really like being around Lindy because Lindy hogs the stage. So she actually wants to push Lindy off the stage so she can talk. Just like at that bachelor party, we saw Alexis turning up with her booty all out. The woman slapping her booty all up under her dress. I don't know. That was just doing a little bit too much for me, Alexis. So that tells me that Alexis likes to be on the stage. She likes the spotlight. She likes to get wild. She likes to get buck wild. And I hope what she doesn't do is when a man doesn't want to turn up like her, she tries to punk him and put him down. Because I started to see some of that at the wedding when she was chatting with Justin. I saw a lot of put downs on Justin that I really didn't like. I thought it was unnecessary at your first meeting to start telling your husband or what you don't like about him before you started telling him the things you do like about him. When you lead with the negative, that's a red flag for me. First of all, when they got married, she said to Justin, what's wrong with you? Why are you 6'8"? Girl, you was the one talking about you wanted a tall person, 6'3", 6'4", and now all of a sudden you so specific that 6'8" is too much, to the point where you said, that's kind of awkward. That's negative. That's negative. Even if you're thinking it don't have to come out your mouth. That means you don't have no filter. That's negative. And then when he told her he was from Mobile, Alabama, she was like, you country. Negative again. You don't have to say it like that. That's negative. Even if you're thinking it. We all know when we hear someone's from Alabama, we do think country. But that's nothing you have to say to your husband when you first meet him. Negative. And then when he was giving high fives to her all the time, he was like, stop giving high fives. I don't like that. I think that's corny. Negative, 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 negative. Negative Nancy. I didn't like any of that, Alexis. None of it. You need to tone that down. So when you were saying that you were having a problem with men and you had a dry spell where you got all these proposals when you were in high school and now you don't get none and now you're married at first sight, You got to ask yourself, what happened to you from high school to now where the proposal is dried up? Maybe it's because you became negative. Because I'm telling you right now, what you're doing, men would not be attracted to that. No man will propose to that. So I hope her self-awareness, when she said, maybe I'm doing something wrong, I hope she carries that into the marriage, because I think it's going to get pointed out, yes, we got an answer for you. You're doing something wrong, and I hope she's willing to change it. If she's still willing to change it, if she's willing to work on that part of herself, I still think that they can make it. I know when she saw him, she said, oh, he's not my type. He ain't awful looking. Another negative thing to say, you know that man's going to see this video. Why would you want your husband to see a thing back and you say, well, he ain't awful looking, but he ain't my type? I wouldn't have said that. I would have just kept my mouth shut on that one. You don't owe these producers nothing. You should have saved your husband and let the producers find something else, some other type of reel to show. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have hung my husband out there like that. So that tells me nothing about Alexis. She's willing to throw Justin under the bus for her to be able to talk what she wants to talk. She ain't got no filter. That's scaring me. Now, let me get on Justin, because it ain't all my stuff ain't reserved for Alexis. I'm going to start talking about Justin. Like I said, he crying every single scene. So they talk about he's a big teddy bear, he a gentle giant. I don't know. He crying every single scene. Every single scene. So we definitely know he's way more sensitive than Alexis. So we're going to figure out, is that going to be balanced in energy? Because otherwise, Alexis is going to be hurting his feelings all the time. They might need to do a sponsorship with Kleenex because they're going to need boxes and boxes on deck. And Justin keeps talking about everybody wants him because they think he got a big D, and that's why women... no, they don't, Justin. Everybody's not trying to be with you because they think you have a big D. That's not it at all. The women I just want to sleep with you, that's fine. But sometimes women just want sex. Just like men get sex from women that they're not really attracted to, but they just sleep with the women. That might be what women been doing to you. They just want to sleep with you. They're not attracted to you, but they just want to sleep with you, because sometimes there are women out here that just need their itch scratched, and maybe you've been a man available to scratch an itch. But let me tell you, everybody ain't running around thinking you got a big D, because you don't really exude no high male energy at all. So I don't believe that's the thing that women are. They're not attracted to a bunch of testosterone that's flying in the air and it gets them all hot and horny. No, you got it wrong. Let me tell you what I think also is going on with Justin. First of all, Justin says he needs a cheerleader, which means he needs somebody to pump him up, probably because he doesn't have a lot of self-confidence in himself. And so he needs someone that's going to lift him up and not tear him down. No problem at all. I hope Alexis can turn around her strong conversation to be one of strong cheerleading and not one of strong putting down, because otherwise there's going to be a problem here, because I believe that Justin has a frail, some areas. He talks with this bravado and he's funny and, he's all grooving like this, but there's some parts of Justin that I think has a little bit of low self-esteem. Another part of Justin, I'm going to tell you guys, don't get mad at me, I think he has a little bit of laziness. Every time he tells a story, he blames other people and not himself. I don't like that. I don't like when people don't take responsibility. For one thing he said was, he's 6'8", so of course everybody thinks you should be a basketball star. He said, well, somebody should have told me it's hard to make it into the NBA and maybe I would have worked harder. Why would he tell you that? Everybody knows it's hard to work to get in the NBA, Justin. So if you 6'8" and you wanted to be an NBA player, then you should have been working hard. How was that somebody else's fault for not telling you that? I didn't like that, blaming other people. Then when he said he was engaged, but he said the woman wanted someone who could take care of him, and he didn't know that, and she should have told him, and then they broke up a month before the wedding. Once again, blaming the woman, all that. You should have known that too. You should have known what that woman wanted, and if you wasn't that man, you shouldn't have got that far through engagement. That's another thing. I don't like when people don't take responsibility for their parts in broken relationships. I didn't like how he put it all on the woman. What was your part? I think Justin's a little bit of a project. What I do like what Justin did say, though, was he said that after his failed engagement, he and that woman, they were supposed to move to Colorado. But when they broke up, he said, I'm going to go ahead with the plan. I'm going to go to Colorado. I'm going to get myself together, work on myself. And I think he said he went there for like 4.5 years. And I guess he was completely devastated and basically cut off his whole family. That's why his brother was so skittish about him getting married, because he was so afraid that if this doesn't work out, Justin gonna have another one of them 4-year hiatuses where he cuts himself off to the world and goes into the sad, depressive state. And his brother was concerned about him. Because at first I thought his brother was trying to say that, he's just not mature enough to get married. But it sounds like his brother was really scared for him and he didn't want to see Justin go back into that dark space again. I think Justin is ultra sensitive, and I think that he gets hurt very easily. And so his brother was concerned about that and really trying to protect him. So what I hope that in that 4 years, Justin did do his work. Both of these people, Justin and Alexis, keep talking about they did all this work. I hope so, because then when they get together, they're going to need to bring that in here, because right now, I kind of see some areas where they might get clash. But I'm sticking with them. I'm sticking with them, people. Justin ain't the linebacker that Alexis wanted. He up here popping his suspenders from his tuxedo, talking about, oh, that hurt. And she wanted a linebacker, somebody that could take some blows to the chest. She better not bump up on him too hard if his chest is hurting over some suspenders from a tuxedo. He is frail. He can't even play no volleyball or nothing. 6'8" and can't play volleyball. All you got to do is stand in front of the net. I'm telling you, I think Justin is a little bit lazy. He don't put forth a lot of effort. But I like Justin. He came with all the compliments. He came with all the compliments to Alexis. He told her she was beautiful, that she was stunning. He was thanking God for her. And you know what? She couldn't come up with no compliments for him. I didn't like that at all. She could have lied. She could have said, you know what? I think you handsome too. What's wrong with a little white lie, even if she didn't think he was handsome? She could have set the stage nicely and said, when he said she was beautiful and stunning, she could have said, thank you, I think you're handsome too. What's wrong with a little lie, lady? Learn to tell some lies sometimes. They go a long way. Ain't nothing gonna happen. You ain't gonna go to hell. God ain't gonna put you in purgatory and send you to hell for telling your husband he's handsome, even though you don't think he is. So I'm gonna stick with the yes for these people as we go through, because the only reason I'm sticking with the yes, I'm gonna tell you, the only reason I'm sticking with the yes is because Alexis has told us she is aware that she can be too much. She is aware that a lot of men are turned off by her assertiveness and that sort of male energy she has. And so that means to tell me that when someone points it out, whether it be Justin or an expert, that because she's aware of it, maybe she will do something about it. But I'm going to tell you, if she doesn't do anything about it, it's going to be a problem. And on Justin's part, if I'm right, if he is lazy, it's going to be a problem, because that male energy of Alexis is going to come out and she's going to push him. But what I'm hoping is that he's not so sensitive that he gets too turned off by Alexis, because I think Justin really, really wants to be married. And so he may be willing to take a few blows from Alexis until she can get it together. Like I said, this could be the reverse of last year with Katina and Olajuwon, where Katina took the blows of Olajuwon, and Olajuwon had to learn to tone it down, and they were able to work it out. This is why I stuck with Katina and Olajuwon last year, because what I liked about Olajuwon is that he was willing to correct himself. He was wrong out the gate, but he's willing to correct himself. If Alexis can be wrong out the gate, but correct herself, and then Justin will have to take a few blows from Alexis in the beginning, but if he can stay resilient and patient like Katina did, these two can still make it. So I'm going to still go with the yes on these two. Justin was on the after party. Be sure to watch my after party and watch my other videos here as well. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.